Hello everybody, this is Gareth Goon Speaks back here with another video. I'd like you to hit the subscribe bar, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, or hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my next post. Or otherwise you can donate to my ministry and the charities that I support at garethgoon3@gmail.com on PayPal. This one here is about a female Afghan Christian convert flees the Taliban only to risk deportation in Qatar. Since retaking power, the Taliban has largely excluded women from the public life. Girls are barred from secondary schools and universities, while women have faced sweeping restrictions. Afghan Christian convert and former government official Ziba Mastur says she fled to Qatar earlier this month after the Taliban intelligence operatives pursued her from Afghanistan into Pakistan, leaving her dependent on a temporary visa and fearful that deportation could place her life in danger. Her case reflects the risks confronting Afghan women and members of religious minorities who fled to religious who fled to neighbouring countries after the Taliban seized power in August 2021. Pakistan and Iran have accelerated the expulsion of Afghans over the past year, raising concerns that vulnerable refugees and asylum seekers could be returned to Afghanistan to face further persecution. Since retaking power, the Taliban has largely excluded women from public life. Girls are barred from secondary schools and university, while women have faced sweeping restrictions on employment, travel, access to public spaces. Women who protest have reportedly reported arbitrary arrest and imprisonment. The Organisation of Islamic Cooperation and the prominent Islamic scholars have rejected the Taliban's restrictions on women as a lack of basis in Islamic law. Rights activists accuse the Taliban of using a rigid interpretation of Islam to enforce its rule while persecuting religious minorities. Reports of intimidation, arbitrary detention, violence, and discrimination have prompted members of minority communities to flee or conceal their identities. Master says he held a senior government position during the administration of former President Ashraf Ghani. She told the media line the Taliban intelligence operatives targeted her because of her faith and attempted to arrest her during a nighttime raid on her home, but she escaped. Mastur alleged that Taliban authorities later issued what she described as a sentence of stoning to death because she had converted to Christianity. She said officials also harassed and intimidated her parents while searching for her. The media line could not independently verify the existence of such a sentence. Responding to a question from the media line, Mastur said, "I converted to Christianity in 2019. My faith guided me to make this genuine and personal choice." Her parents, Her parents, who are ethnic Tajik Muslims, opposed her decision, she said. Persistent harassment by Taliban intelligence operatives eventually forced Mr. to flee Afghanistan for Pakistan, according to her account. Yet she said she found no lasting safety there and lived alone under the constant threat of forced return. A trusted contact in Kabul later warned her that Taliban operatives were attempting to locate her in Pakistan, Mr. said, prompting her to flee again. She arrived in Qatar on a temporary visitor visa. Only days ago, Mr. fears that she could be deported to Afghanistan when the visa expires, which she said would place her life at grave danger and risk. Afghanistan's Christian population is believed to be extremely small, and it is difficult to document because believers generally practice in secret. Mastur estimated that only a few hundred Christians remain in the country. She had appealed to the Christian organisation worldwide for help in preventing her return to Afghanistan. Fazal ul Rehman Zadran, a Kabul based political analyst, told the media line that determining the size of Afghan's Christian population was difficult because openly practicing or promoting Christianity is prohibited. Sadran said that dozens of families from the Hazara Shiite community had converted to Christianity in previous years. Hazaras have long faced persecution, including attacks by the Islamic State group, and he suggested that such experiences may have contributed to some conversions. After the Taliban returned to power, many Christian families were forced to conceal their religious identities. Sadran said, according to the information available to him, some fled to Pakistan and Iran in disguise. Since deportation policies in both countries have left those families living in hardship and uncertainty, fearful that they could be returned to Afghanistan at any time, he explained. Kaiser Khan Afridi, a spokesperson for the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees in Pakistan, expressed concern about Pakistan's policy of deporting Afghan refugees and asylum seekers. He told the media line that while the UNHCR, the United Nations Human Rights Court, appreciates the people and government of Pakistan for hosting millions of Afghan refugees with generosity for more than 45 years despite facing their own economic and social challenges. Refugees should not be compelled to return to a country where their lives or freedom could be endangered. The UNHCR is particularly concerned about the risks facing women, girls, and other vulnerable groups if they are sent back to Afghanistan, he said, and urged Pakistan authorities to ensure that any repatriation is voluntary, safe, and dignified. The media line also spoke with Zabihullah Mujahideen, the Taliban chief spokesperson, who categorically denied that the Christian community exists in Afghanistan. Come back for part 2 of this post. Shalom, Maranatha, and Hallelujah.